Yeah, you know, the sheriff, we hear him many times say that force is justified, but in this case, he says it's different. That difference is the suspect was handcuffed inside what's called the Sally Port, which is part of the jail. He also says he was not posing a threat to Officer Shane Sadek. News4 Jax talked with Sheriff Waters at tonight's JSO Town Hall about people asking about why JSO, quote, hires bad people.
6 Jacksonville, Florida cops arrested, all for different reasons, all at different times. Well, this is the latest. But the sheriff says he's not going to do anything different than what he's been doing before. The training will remain the same.
So Sadek's arrest is the 6th arrest of a JSO employee by this agency in 2026. So the question is, yes, I'm extremely outraged and disappointed in Sadek's behavior. And no, we will not train differently.
I never did. Oh, wait, sir.
I'm gonna punch you. Stop scratching me with your
never
long-ass nails.
I said I would put that right there.
You just scratched the out of me.
I did not. I said I would put it right there. I don't have no crime.
Yeah, now I'm bleeding
nothing.
because of you.
I have nothing. I have nothing. I have no crimes. I have nothing.
And this is why a lot of cops just do not need to be cops, because you're going to deal with frustrating people. You're going to deal with people with mental issues. You're going to deal with people that are intoxicated. And all of those situations could possibly frustrate you. And it's not illegal to get frustrated, but you have to know how to control your frustrations. If you hear this cop, he says, well, now I'm bleeding because of you. Just watch the video. Nowhere in this video is this cop's hand bleeding. He's only saying that because he knows his body camera's rolling and he's planning on punching this guy. And so when he punches him, he's able to go back to his body cam to say, I told him to stop. He's scratching me, and that's why I punched him. He's trying to set up his story ahead of time.
I have nothing. I have no crime. I have no crimes. I have nothing. I never did nothing. Everything. I never did nothing to you. All I'm trying to do is, you can take this off, and I want to go home. That's
No,
all.
you're not going home.
Wow, what I did?
Stop it. I'm gonna tell you one more time. You curl your finger and reach at me again and make me bleed, I'm gonna punch you in the head. You curl your finger and reach at me again and make me bleed, I'm gonna punch you in the head. Stop.
I didn't do nothing.
Stop tensing your hand.
Bro,
Let's just be honest. You could have booked this guy's John Doe, waited for him to sober up, and then got his fingerprints, because that's all that's happening. They're upset because he's not cooperating. He keeps balling his hands up so that they can't fingerprint him. Yeah, and he's also extremely drunk, as we all can tell. But I'm kind of confused. I think the cop is drunk, because this job is not that hard. No matter how hard he's trying to make it seem, I would have just booked him in as John Doe, waited for a little while. He sobers up. He's more cooperative. We go about our day. But we don't have to go to this extent, but it happened.
Stop. Right there.
Stop moving your fingers.
All right, I'm gonna pin it.
Stop moving your fingers. Grabbing on me. Stop. Stop. I told you, I warned you multiple times you're gonna get punched. If you keep grabbing on me and moving your fingers, stop. Yeah, you understand now? Stop.
I understand.
Stop! Move! Stop moving your finger! Stop! Move! Stop moving your finger! I told you, I warned you multiple times you're gonna get punched. If you keep grabbing on me and moving your fingers, stop.
Tonight on the 10 o'clock news, body cam footage showing a Jacksonville officer punching a handcuffed man during an arrest.
We're disappointed. We don't want any employees arrested. But at the same time, we're not going to show any favoritism either. We're going to take care of business when business needs to be taken care of.
The response from Sheriff T.K. Waters and what a legal expert says could follow.
Well, Ariel, you spoke with an attorney about the situation and also have more from the sheriff's office.
Yeah, you know, the sheriff, we hear him many times say that force is justified, but in this case, he says it's different. That difference is the suspect was handcuffed inside what's called the Sally Port, which is part of the jail. He also says he was not posing a threat to Officer Shane Sadek. News4Jax talked with Sheriff Waters at tonight's JSO town hall about people asking about why JSO, quote, hires bad people.
Well, we hope that we're hiring great people. The process is extremely difficult. It's very long. It's very tedious. There's a lot of testing that goes on, whether it be psychological, polygraph examinations, credit checks, a lot of different things. It's very invasive, but we want to try to get the best that we can. And sometimes you might have, and this really doesn't mean this guy's a bad person. He made a very, very bad decision and broke the law.
But if it was you or me, then you would be a bad person. What the sheriff is saying, for the most part, is true. It is a very long process. And because of the process being so long and so many people, well, previously years past, would not make it through that process, they have softened that process a lot. Now, instead of it being as hard as he's trying to make it seem, it's a lot easier, which is why we see policing getting a lot worse, because they're undermanned. They're just hiring anyone and they're just filling in spots, and they're giving positions of authority to people who should not have positions of authority.
So we addressed it, and we're going to move on, and we're going to, like I said before, we're going to seek termination for that employee, and we're going to move forward.
So why don't we take a look at the moment of the punch?
Stop moving your fingers.
All right, I'm gonna pin it.
Stop moving your fingers.
So we saw the punch there clearly, no really debating that, but what could be next for this officer? We already know that he's charged.
The police officer had every opportunity to walk away, and he, in a situation that is unfortunate, allowed for his anger at the defendant to take control. Being a police officer is not an easy job, and and they face difficulties every day. But part of their training, and the sheriff alluded to this, that he's not going to change any training. That's because his officers are trained to do better than how this officer did. This officer should have walked away from the situation. It appears that he was planning on punching this defendant, which is a shame. I am sure the officer regrets his actions. I'm sure the officer is apologetic for what happened. But when it's all said and done, he had no business acting in the way that he did.
Sadek was arrested on a battery charge, which is a misdemeanor. Sheriff Waters said he had no previous investigations before this arrest. This marks the 6th arrest of a JSO officer in 2026.
So not only is the guy being arrested looking at the officer like he's a maniac, but his partner's also looking at him like he's a maniac. And the question oftentimes is asked, hey, listen, where's the good cop? You know, did you say anything? Well, in this video, you're looking at a cop that did say something. This is how this officer got caught when he punched this guy in the face twice. It was twice, by the way, if you didn't know. This is how he got caught, because this guy stepped in. And if you watch closely, after he punches the guy that's handcuffed, the other cop comes over and replaces him. But it didn't end there. After the fact, he went to, I guess, his sergeant or whoever the supervisor was and reported the incident. And that's what caused the arrest of his partner and the termination where he's been fired. I still think the sheriff should do something differently in training, because obviously if you arrested 6 police officers in your department in 1 year, then something's wrong with your training. We're not talking about 6 cops over 6 years or 6 cops over, I don't know, 8, 9 years. We're talking about 6 cops and roughly about this August. Yeah, August right now. 6 cops in like 6 to 8 months. That's crazy. I'm lost there. I don't know what to say about it. That's a lot of police officers to be arresting within a 6 months or 8 month span. So yeah, Sheriff, you might want to switch up something in your training, because obviously it's not working. But again, as I always say, it's policing in America. Make sure you know your rights, protect yourself, and stay safe. With that being said, we the people, you, signing off.